So my main teachers, the lineage that I've been initiated into, are known as the Q'uaro Indians from Peru. And they're very interesting because they've been isolated for the last 500 years, living at 18,000 feet in the Andes. Nobody knew they existed until recently, when they were reading their prophecy 500 years ago, mostly just to see what the weather was like, because that was what mattered then. They actually saw these half-men, half-beast coming with skins of steel and thundersticks to turn their world upside down. And that meant that the mythologies, the worldviews, why are we here, what is it all about, would be turned on its head. And that would be the beginning of a lot of the issues that we see in the world today, actually, because it was a suppression of the feminine and a sort of weaker masculine dominance that came out of that. And 60 years ago, when they were reading their prophecy, they saw that this was going to be turned over again, that the feminine would come back into its value and power, and the world would experience a millennium of gold as a result, that the old warrior masculine ways of doing things would no longer function. And they knew it was important that they taught us round eyes from the north, all the people from all the rest of the world, again, these traditions and this medicine, this way of working and healing. And so they initiated hundreds of thousands of people now, like myself, shamans like myself, who hadn't had this sort of training before. And so it's a very interesting time, and it's certainly a time of turmoil and upheaval as this world turns right side up again, but it holds a tremendous amount of promise and beauty. So what the Q'uaro meant by millennium of gold is that we're in for a time in the future here, in the near future, where we'll be living a much more peaceful, healthy, sustainable life and world, and creating that world. As we are more in our power, as we are no longer as wounded as we have been, and people are doing their healing work. So it's a very exciting time. It's what they call the next evolution of humanity, and they call it Homo Luminous, the ones who are made of light.